It's the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 27th of June. This is James Spann, Alabama's weather. Kind of hot, kind of muggy today. A few scattered storms around. Must be a summertime day in Alabama. Let's go right to the radar. We are live this afternoon at 2:14. And you can see for many places, no rain at all. But a few spots are getting a decent downpour this afternoon. Up in the Tennessee Valley, the weather has been fairly active today. We've had some strong storms over parts of Madison, Limestone, Morgan, Lawrence, Colbert, and Lauderdale counties. In fact, we've still got a flash flood warning in effect from earlier storms over parts of Lauderdale, Colbert, and Lawrence counties. Got some pretty decent thunderstorms in progress now over Madison County. Some of the heaviest rain is falling just north of Huntsville, north of Madison. And again, nothing severe at the moment, but the storms are producing some heavy rain, strong gusty winds, and there might be a little small hail in spots. But again, the storms are all under severe limits as we speak at 2:15. Got a few thunderstorms over East Alabama, parts of Cleburne, Clay, and Randolph counties. Pretty good downpour north of Ashland and Lineville in Clay County between Ashland and Mount Cheahaw. Let's go down to South Alabama. We'll take a look at the Gulf Coast situation, and you can see pretty quiet. Looks like we've got a few isolated showers on the eastern shore south of Point Clear. Got a couple of showers and storms along Interstate 10 in the Florida Panhandle. The Gulf Coast looks good. And we'll check southeast Alabama. Looks like a little outflow boundary coming up from the south affecting Houston County. But again, at this point, southeast Alabama is rain-free. And as is typically the case on a summer day, these things will fade once the sun goes down later this evening. They're basically driven by the daytime heating process. And here's the big picture, the upper air look around the country. And again, there's a little weak upper low that's fading fast over the Florida Peninsula and the Panhandle. Much of the state of Florida, and that feature is beginning to lose its identity. The big upper high that was in control over the east is weakening, and the main mid-latitude westerlies are up near the Canadian border. That looks a lot like the end of June, what we expect this time of the year. Visible satellite view. And you can see for a pretty good chunk of Alabama, the sky mostly sunny, but again, we have pockets of convection. There's a look at the regional radar composite showing the showers over the Tennessee Valley, that one lone cluster over Clay County, and a few isolated showers over the far southwestern corner of the state. Temperatures are just not that bad for the end of June. I know if you're outside in the sun, it feels horrible, but look at the numbers here. They kind of speak for themselves. Birmingham, 89. That's below average for the latter part of June. Tuscaloosa managing 90. Huntsville, 84. Mobile and Dothan under 90. They've got 88 degrees at both of those cities, and Montgomery managing 90. And needless to say, that heat advisory really doesn't need to be there this afternoon because temperatures are in the middle 80s with rain falling. In fact, some spots are in the 70s across the Tennessee Valley. Up north, we have a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Michigan and Indiana, flash flood watches for parts of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Virginia. And here's the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. We have one risk over the Dakotas, parts of Minnesota and Nebraska. And around here, there is a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe storms for much of Alabama for the rest of this afternoon and this evening. And where storms do form, they could be strong with maybe some small hail, strong gusty winds. And again, I would argue you could almost throw that marginal risk out there every day in summer because the air is unstable and the storms could briefly produce some strong winds and small hail. But again, kind of a low-end threat. This is tomorrow, a risk of severe storms again up north, parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and a marginal risk from near Washington, D.C. up into parts of New England. And on day 3, which is Sunday, got a risk of severe storms from the central Great Plains into the western Great Lakes. Rain for Birmingham over the next 7 days, valid through Friday of next week. And I say for Birmingham, for everybody. Rain amounts 1 to 2 inches for much of the state. A little heavier totals on the Gulf Coast. And again, these are average numbers. Your number could be different. And again, like we talked about this morning, if you were beach bound, don't let that map spook you. There's always the chance of a storm any summer day on the Gulf Coast. That's just life in the summertime there. But there's no evidence to see any kind of all-day rain, big-time washout. Just keep in mind a storm passing through from time to time. And while we're on that note, let's check the weather in the tropics. The Hurricane Center showing a little X over the Yucatan of Mexico. And that little feature will be coming into the Bay of Campeche over the weekend. And they're currently giving it a 30% chance of becoming a depression or storm over the next 7 days. And most likely, if anything forms there, that's moving into Mexico, well south of Brownsville, Texas. So no impact at all for the northern Gulf Coast. And the rest of the Atlantic Basin, just quiet as could be. So model fans, here we go. Let's go. GFS, 12Z run, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Pretty standard look there. Got a flat ridge, and much like today. Partly sunny. A few spots could see an afternoon storm. We'll check the high-resolution HER model. Valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And again, the radar could look something like that, much like what we see on radar today. There could be a few spots with a heavy downpour. Many places, no rain at all. And that's basically the concept on Sunday. A mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers and storms, mainly Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. And not much change next week. There's Monday and there's Tuesday. Now, a surface front will be coming in from the north, and that might enhance the coverage of scattered showers and storms by midweek. This is Wednesday, this is Thursday, and a week from today, Friday, the 4th of July. Got ridging in place here across the Deep South, which we expect in summertime, but not especially strong. And again, just very standard summertime weather. I'd say highs around 90, partly sunny, and a few spots getting a thunderstorm during the day for the 4th of July. Let's go out 10 days. This is Monday, July 7th. Same thing, 591 flat ridge. Main westerlies up north. And once again, partly sunny with a chance of a storm in scattered spots. This is the rain for the next 15 days coming off the European ensemble. Got a couple of outliers. Notice, got a couple of members of the ensemble up there at 8, 9, 10 inches. But those are clearly outliers. The mean about 2 inches between now and the 12th of July. Temperatures coming off the NBM National Blend of Models. Numbers are coming down. In fact, by Tuesday of next week, the high dropping to 85. And that's with the expected increase in the number of showers and storms toward the middle part of next week. And then we bounce back with low 90s for the 4th of July weekend. And that's the 8 to 14-day guidance. That was yesterday's, and I would imagine the new one might be in, and it's not. Just checked on it, but it's the same idea. Temperatures could be a little above average, but again, there's no evidence of any really super strong upper high or really excessive heat. Hey, let's roll that Children's of Alabama Kid Cam. I like it. I like this big crowd. Riverside Baptist Church in Helena, the Riverside Summer Camp. I've been coming to see these guys for several years. They were great today, and by golly, you can learn some science in the summertime. Had a really good time, and I like that goodie basket. That's outstanding. But we talked about hurricanes, tornadoes, weather forecasting, did some storm spotting, and much more. Great listeners and great learners. So again, to all these kids at the Riverside Baptist Camp, Riverside Baptist Church in Helena, thanks a lot for a great visit earlier today. You guys are looking good. So about to head out to downtown Birmingham to City Walk. We've got Free Friday Flicks. I'll be live on ABC 3340 this evening. Hope to see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Have a marvelous day, and God bless.